Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel as the one and only Bridgeman and Blue Star. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Oxchair. Evening, Bridgeman. Evening, Fox. Evening, all the Bears out there and the Bluebells.
Can I just say a big good evening to you boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
I'll let you go first, Bridge.
What a great victory. What a great victory tonight by the youth teams. 3-2 against Celtic at Hampden Park. Wonderful. Great goals. Really good game. Some smashing young players out there. Loved it. Enjoyed every minute.
All right. For the people who never seen it, the youth 2-0 up after 6 minutes, Blue Star. 2 smashing goals.
2 great goals, Oxchair. It was really quite impressive, and right next to one another. You know, it was a fantastic start.
And we could have chances and situations to bury the game. First half petered out. Then, what a minute! We're attacking. We fail to pass the ball. They break away and get a goal, and then they get a free kick about a minute later. It's gone nowhere. Hits off the backside of the guy in the wall and spins in the other corner, Bridge. Bridge?
Sorry, I was on mute there, pal. Yes, I think we were very unlucky. I thought the goalkeeper didn't know whether to stick or twist on that one. But you could see it was a massive deflection. So, unlucky for the Rangers. But you're right. 2 minutes just after the second half started, within those 2 minutes, we'd lost 2 goals. Quite incredible. But well done to them. They came back. Sterling work.
And once we went 2 each, we started playing again, Blue Star.
We certainly did, Oxchair. If you were being uncritical and looking at both sets of players, you would have to say Rangers certainly looked the more composed team throughout the 90 minutes. You know, certainly Celtic had a wee go there towards the end, but really the game should have been put to bed with a penalty. But no, all credit to the guys. Played some great, really good link-up football at times, and they looked really composed on the ball. Most of the players, you know, quite impressive.
Enjoyed the left back's performance. Enjoyed the boy McPake's performance.
Brilliant. The left back, Oxchair, for me, I thought he was, especially for about the first hour, I thought he was absolutely immense.
The overlapping he done.
Yeah.
What's so hard? But great, and I know Fox enjoyed the young Bears singing away, Blue Star. I don't know if you heard them.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Good result, and that a very, very successful league group. Obviously, we won the cup earlier on in the season. Then they've won the youth cup, which is the marker that that under 18s group's usually marked on, Bridge.
Yeah. We're hoping, you know, like that boy, young Coombs, is it? Coombs Young, is it? Coombs Young or Young Coombs? Oh, marvellous player. What a wonderful player. Kai Kennedy, excellent stuff. And the boys that you mentioned, tremendous. I thought every one of them were very good, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. They're up dancing in the stage at the moment with the cup. Oh, it's great stuff to watch. Long time we've seen that at Hampden.
Aye. Last time we won it was at Paisley. I think Liam Kelly, the goalkeeper at Livingston, scored the winner for us, you know.
In the penalty. Brilliant, wasn't it? Brilliant.
Aye, so I think it was Neil Warnock a few years back said that when that group were under 13s, they were special. Blue Star. Has been proved to be correct.
Completely. Like you, Oxchair, I thought the big fella up front, McPake, he wasn't. You can see that he's got a great physique on him for his age, but also the way that he's close control out in the wing and then cutting inside, and you could see that he had 2 or 3 great good shots. He really looked superb, and the physique on the boy was something else. But for such a big, tall guy, his close ball control was probably better than that game than half the wee wingers that they were all on about. You know, all the talk was about that wee Celtic fella, the wee Dumbelly, but for me, he was never in the game at all. The big guy.
There's a big step up, mate. Anybody that thinks that they boys are on them already going to any first teams, I think there was nothing there that said to me that they should be playing for our first team yet.
Oh, no,
There's a lot of potential there, yeah, which is all you're looking for. Some of the boys are 16, 17.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the odd Derek Johnston, Willie Henderson, Willie Johnston. You can go and list them, Wayne Rooney, for example, but you don't get many of them really over the piece. And it's just it's not a sprint. It's a marathon if you want to make it as a professional football bridge, yeah?
Yeah, I think probably they've got maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 with real potential to make even at least one step up and see how they do. And I don't think the manager will have much fear of it. But I'm talking about the more attacking-minded players, the McPake, the Coombs Young.
I joined the 2 centre-halves as well. But
I thought they did very well, and I thought the 2 full-backs were excellent. I didn't see a failure. I didn't see a failure in the team, but that wee bit quality, the ability to look round, and even the guy close to him hold the ball and he get a wee shimmy, and away he goes, away with the ball. I thought it was excellent to watch, really good.
Anyway, I suppose there'll be a lot of people maybe want to talk about it. So what's the number, Bridge?
Well, the number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Blue Star?
Skype at Rangers Radio online, and Fox or Old School Blue will certainly bring you in.
All right, we've been joined with our first caller evening Pool Ranger. How we doing, mate?
How you doing, boys? All right?
Hi, Pool.
All right, Pool.
That was good, watching that,
Well, it ended up good when we won that.
I think there's a lot of difference now, Ox, Not even just the first team, the reserves. I think there's a lot of difference now coming up for the young boys, the 16s, 17s, 18s. You can see it. You can see the results, the performances, the boys that are grown. I don't know if it's through Gerrard or Beale or whoever else is doing it. You can see the difference now. It's not just the first team. There's a lot of big difference coming right through our even the young boys.
Well, the boy that's the head of the academy, and his name's slipped out of my head for a minute. Mulholland, aye. He's been working on a project for a few years, and obviously knew that Mark Allen and all that, and obviously with Stevie G having done youths at Liverpool, maybe they're looking at it, but you're trying to get a few players in a sort of conveyor belt, Blue Star.
Yeah, absolutely, Oxger. And that point you made there, I thought was excellent. Although you can see a good 3, 4, 5 of them that really look the part, you were bang on when you say there's no way you could turn around and say, you could bring them into the first team. Not a chance. But certainly the potential. For me, there looks a real genuine sense of maturity about them all. Even for the wee Toty guys that were on the pitch. Whenever it went to it, none of them, not one of them panicked. Even the goalkeeper. You could see they knew what they were there to do. They played themselves back into it. As I say, for me, the maturity, and I have to bring this up, guys. See, for me, when it showed you our backroom staff, etc., sitting watching, how good did it look for every one of our management team, etc., all sitting there with the suits and the blue ties and that on. Whereas when it went to
absolutely brilliant,
it was, wasn't it?
Players, brilliant.
And yet when it went to the
I don't
other
know,
side,
my telly broke just about that, but I must have missed that when it went to them.
Gerrard, McAllister, Halliday, and all the players, brilliant. Super.
Even Big Haley and all them were sitting and they were all suited and booted. Whereas that other mob, you could see them sitting with anoraks on, and it was chalk and cheese. It was brilliant.
Was he looking big at no dressed up? Was he looking big at no dressed up? No.
I had a big anorak on.
Brilliant.
Who impressed you?
Ox, what age is that Jack Hasty?
I'm not telling you that live on air.
What age is that Jack Hasty? What age is he?
20.
20.
And what age is McPake?
He must be 17, 18 at a push.
17, I think.
I tell you, there's no lot of difference.
Oh, no, physique-wise, no.
Oh, I think if you see...
Not a lot of difference.
you've got to see people against first team. I mean, if let's just say any of the boys up against that Broadfoot, he'd be falling tapping them.
Yeah.
This is what they'll learn. Look, Boy McPate's got potential. There's a few of them in that team, really good football players. And
Is Hasty done a lot for you, Ox, this season?
I've seen him twice, mate. I can't judge.
That's what I mean. But we're signing that Hasty, and we're paying compensation money for Hasty. And I've seen McPake, I've seen Hasty. I don't think there's a lot of difference.
Well, Hasty's only had 8 first-team games, but the thing is, they obviously see potential in the boy, and that's why they went for him.
You've got to
look at McPake as well.
Look against the guy that McPake was playing against.
Yeah.
Aye, he was.
Big difference. You're bang on. You're bang on. Ox, yeah.
But remember what Hasty's played. How many games has Hasty played in the Premier League this season?
I think it's 8. I think
8 games.
8. Yeah.
Right.
They brought him in when he mentioned him. It was 7.
But there's no a big difference. There's no a big difference in games.
No, but
you can't say Hasty. Hasty's not played 25 games where you go, right, he's a first teamer.
But remember, they've obviously seen him playing against whoever he's been playing against. They've obviously been watching him, So
but remember, it was at loan at Airdrie, so he was playing against second division teams, and then he's been into the Murrow team, and he's only played 12 games. So 12 games doesn't make you a regular starter in the SPL.
Oh no, agreed. But they've obviously watching him.
He's played nearly 70 first team matches.
For the first team?
No, for Airdrie, Alloa, and Murrow.
Aye. That's what I'm saying, Ox. So they've obviously been watching him with 8 teams and they know he's got potential.
McPake might go by him. We don't know that. That's
right. Yeah.
Whoever's coaching said, we'll take a punt on the boy Hasty and see what it takes. I don't think you can compare because you're not watching him against.
I'm not saying compare, Ox. I'm just saying, is there a difference if we're going to need to pay money for a boy for another club for Scotland? Which I would go with Bridgeman. I wouldn't give him the money when you've got your own coming through. When there's no big difference in games and there's no big difference in age.
There's 70 senior appearances that boy's made.
Yeah. For other clubs, you must remember.
No in first team football though.
Aye, for Alloa and Airdrie and
but come on, Ox.
But Pool, that's still a big step up for what you're watching tonight. A massive step up. Even playing for Alloa and Airdrie. Young McGregor's they've been playing there.
Aye, on you go, Bridge.
Just to say, I didn't want them to bring Hasty to Rangers and pay. I don't want to pay any money for him. But they will do, and it's a development fee. Hopefully, it goes to tribunal and they get it reduced to something like £100,000 or something like that. Because that's probably what it will cost us. However, I have to say, Paul, I do think that that boy Hasty would be a far, far better player right at this moment, come walking into a Rangers team than any of the young boys we watched. They need to come in. They need another season to start hitting the high notes and show they can do it. And then you can bring them in when you're 5-1 up or 4-1 up.
I don't even think Hasty will walk into the team anyway. I don't even think he'll play next. I don't think he'll walk into the team next season.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up back at Murrow on loan, mate. Wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised at anything. All I'm saying is he is a first team.
Hasty will not walk into the team next season with Jamie Murphy coming back, and like we've spoke about signings that's coming in. We're not signing players that's going to sit on the bench. We're signing players that's going to come into the team. Hasty won't play in our first 11 next season.
The only way Hasty will get in the team next year, and let's make this the last word in Hasty, because I want to talk about the 11 boys or the 14 boys that play tonight, is that if he hits the ground running and he's playing really well and his form keeps him in the team flukishly, at the moment you can't see it. That's the only way he'll get in the team at the moment.
Yeah.
But you're buying potential for a small fee.
Of course you are.
Aye, and then you'll always get your money back, and they must think that he's got something about him. The professionals who go and watch him, because they've not watched him twice like us,
And remember, after us watching what we seen the night, if our management team and backroom staff have are wanting Hasty, then obviously they've seen far more of the boy. They've seen him playing, as you say, Ox, against all the other teams. So they must think the guy's got real potential, and that's why they went for him.
He scored a few Premiership goals as well.
Yeah,
truth be told. So, don't get me wrong. I'm no bothered if he ever plays for us. He doesn't play for us, But I just trust the manager. The manager said he's going to have him. So he's a Rangers player. When he's a Rangers player, he'll get my support.
Yeah.
I understand your argument, Bridge, about giving the Scottish clubs money, but I don't know if I understand us cutting off our nose to spite our face.
Yeah, you've said that a number of times. It's just me. It's just something I've got in my head as a distinct.
No, it's me and Albridge. I'd give him nothing. I'd give him fucking nothing.
I just the way I am, I'm sorry. I don't think.
Just can I ask you this? Your avatar's got a picture. So if that guy started to do it tomorrow, and he was with Raith Rovers and he was doing well, we wouldn't sign him.
Oh no! I'm talking about this has only happened since we get put down and put in a game.
If he was starting out now,
if he was starting out now, oh goodness sake, how do we know? But someone of his quality, I would pay the same. I would pay the same money. We only paid 17,000 for him or something.
Aye.
So it would do for me.
We'll go to watch. We don't cut off our nose to spite your face. I think it was Fox that says we get it right, we've got 10 teams scouting for us.
Yeah.
Yes, I do understand all these things. It's just, look, I can't say it anymore. I look at number 29 and I look at Big Lafferty. And seriously, there's £1 million went out of the Rangers coffers, or just about £1 million went out of the Rangers coffers, and we haven't really had the full benefit of that £1 million. So these are the kind of things I've got to worry about. In my mind.
By the way, you're spot on with it too. Anyway, if people want to join us, what's the number, Blue Star?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and either Foxy will bring them in, or Old School Blue.
What can we talk about, Pool Ranger?
Everything about the Teddy Bears, the Glasgow Rangers.
I see Foxy sneaked in the boys' gate.
Again.
Evening, guys.
Evening, Fox.
Did you enjoy that, mate?
Thoroughly. Absolutely loved it, mate.
Give us your summary, mate.
Well, I thought David McCallum's young guns done us really proud tonight. We played the same sort of formation with the first team play, a 4-2-3-1. We had Budenaukas, I think the boy's name is, in goal, who had a really terrific wee game. He looked composed.
Yeah.
Had a couple of fine saves. Didn't panic when he was under pressure. Thought he was very good, as he was in the Alcast Cup. Both fullbacks, Patterson and I think it was it Maxwell was the other one, had steady games, mate. And they were complemented with Big Finlayson and McClelland, who were in the centre of defence. I thought they were also very good. The young boys that tried to run the engine room, Kieran Dixon and the boy Williamson, I thought were really good. Some terrific passing for them, cross-field passing. Dixon got the second goal, the first goal, which I thought was an absolute cracker. I wish our first team could do that. Steady themselves at the edge of the box and curl the ball into the corner. Terrific game. Young Madubi. Who was the other one? Madubi, Kennedy, and McPake were the three behind the attacker. Nathan Young Coombs, and they all really played well as well. I'm getting all tongue-tied here, sorry boys. As well as the rest of the team. I thought Nathan Coombs worked his socks off up front, playing the lone striker role, got the winner. Very pleased for him. Madubi was hot and cold in the game, I thought. Some great touches from him, but also gave away the ball a few times. In fact, I think he caused the second of their goals by refusing. Was the first one, aye. Refusing to pass the ball, try to hold on it. They broke on it and scored. The boy McPake, who I thought was probably the best player on the park. Very like Jamie Murphy to me. No get terrific pace, but very good on the ball. Could beat a man, waltz past him and pass the ball as well. Though he was good.
So all in all, Kieran Dixon. Did you like Kieran Dixon?
Aye,
the boy scored the first goal.
Aye, he was good in the midfield, and the boy Williamson, mate. They two had a lot of work today in that big, huge part of the night, and they done very well for them. So all in all, great wee night for the Bears.
Foxy, can I ask you a question, pal?
Yes.
Nearer the end, should I say? I thought Rangers brought 2 or 3 really first-class saves out of their goalkeeper. Really, that could have went in. Any of those 3 could have went in. Really good saves. And then, of course, he saved the penalty.
We scored very early on. I think it was, 5 and 6 minutes. But we could have been in front before that with Nathan Coombs. The goalkeeper never seen the ball. It just struck him.
Yeah.
We could win 1 up after 3 minutes, and we could have been 3 up after 6. So all in all, mate, it was great to watch. I thought the way we kept our discipline showed you the professionalism that's getting taught behind the scenes at Ibrox. And I thought it was a great wee display for the young boys.
The Rangers are back. That's the first silver
The tide's turning, boys.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18 reserved. And it means the tide's turning. Yep. The tide's turning.
If the results go our way, we won the Reserve League the latest Monday night. Is that right, Boy Star?
It is indeed. Oaks,
Who do we play?
Last game's against Falkirk, I think.
Falkirk, right, okay.
Aye, Falkirk, aye.
So we just need to beat them.
Against Falkirk. And then
there's 3 goals in it, Bridge. It's 3 goals. We're in front.
We need to beat them by 3.
No, we're in front with 3 goals.
Oh, all right, okay. So if we win against Falkirk, we win the title.
Better who scored by 3 goals.
Yeah, right, okay.
Big Sutton will be on the phone on Sunday night saying that Falkirk laid down to us.
Aye.
Yeah, he'll be. Well, he'll not be on the phone and say that the Celtic youngsters laid down. Animal.
I know. Don't say that, mate. You might get dragged into court.
Fox, if you look, as Fox said there, great summarising by the way, Fox. And Poole said, if you look at our under 17s and then the reserves, and is it the under 16s or under 15s?
We're building.
Under 11,
right
the under 11s won the
they've all been winning, and it's a long many a year that other Rangers teams were winning compared to that other lot. But the very fact that's three or four of them all winning, that's absolutely brilliant for us. That shows you what is coming through, and that's absolutely fantastic news for us. You know, it shows you what's happening in the background that we maybe don't see all the time. So there's real great work going on there.
See, the best thing, boys, would see if we had a few years to spare. If we had 2, 3, 4 years to spare with Gerrard and everything's done and everything, we could handle it. But the only thing that's got us is we've only really got a year.
Yeah, what they're on, yeah.
And see if they only had 2, 3, 4 in a row, we could go, right, okay, we've got time and we can really build on this. But the only thing that's getting us is we need to do it. We've only got a year or so. Whereas you can see the progress just now. Everything's brilliant at Ibrox, Murray Park, the infrastructure, everything is working out brilliant. But what we need it within a year. See if Gerrard was here with 4, 5, 6 years to build, we'd be laughing. We'd be absolutely laughing. We'd be destroying everybody in years to come, but we need the main one in a year to 2 years, and that's what's the main one.
I think the improvement is coming for the club. I think the people behind the scenes. I think Steven Gerrard might be the first to congratulate others. Bridgeman, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll just. I don't mean they'll have a passing interest. Of course, he'll be interested in how other teams are doing, but first and foremost, his is about results for the first team. And obviously, if he sees anybody he thinks is due a shot, they go on the bench. The boy Kelly's been on the bench. He's got on the park a few times.
Yeah.
Bounce games, I think I can't remember if he's made his debut Obviously, Ross McCrory's still really young. I think we forget that as well, Blue Star.
100%, Ox. You're bang on what you're saying. Would you all agree that anything we see coming for behind the scenes, everything's coming across as really, really done the right way? Professionalism, the way they all conduct themselves. I mean, you seen their what do you call him? McManus on that touchline tonight. Oh, and he was getting off his seat.
He's a tramp. He's a tramp.
I know.
He's a tramp.
See our guy. He just looked that cool and calm and collected, didn't he? And that seems to be. I mean, I know we were talking about not that long ago. Some of the guys were on about did McAllister was we expected maybe a wee bit more emotion than that for him. But the more you look at it, guys, you're looking at all the background staff. For me personally, they just look all so professional, and they all conduct themselves really, really good. You know.
See the number 2 role, and I'll go to Fox for this. The number 2 role, it's like any gaffer in the work. He'll dictate what the guy below him does. Yeah, what he wants off him.
Correct. Yeah.
So during the game, Stevie Gerrard, it looks as if it's Michael Beale gives him the tactical stuff. They might have agreed with that. Now, we don't see what McAllister says at half time or the role he plays in it, but it'll be what Steven Gerrard wants off of him, because that's what he gets the support from the rest of the backroom staff.
Exactly.
That's a call that he makes.
Yeah.
And if that's what he wants, you've got to trust it. Now, sometimes we'd all like McAllister to run to the edge of the box and be shouting next to Gerrard, get stuck in, but that's not the way they're doing it. And that's how they've agreed to do it, Blue Star.
Absolutely, Ox. You're absolutely spot on there. And I don't know if you've noticed, Nate, there was one of the times that went to the backroom staff in the stand, and it was McAllister, it was holding court. And did you see the guy on the left? I think that was him you just mentioned. Is it what's his name? Beale. You seen him listening intently, and you seen
and McAllister's taking all the notes.
That's right, and you seen even Stevie G, and whatever McAllister was writing, doing, and speaking, boy, were they listening. And I think you've got it spot on there, Ox. We don't really see what's happening between them all, but you've got to trust the manager. And everything I'm seeing coming to the background, the bits that we do see, for me, as I say, I just think it looks so professional compared to what we've had lately in the last few years. Everything about Gerrard, just I can't explain it, guys. Even when he's talking in front of the press, I've said it many a time, he's the best talker we've ever had in my lifetime, and I'm 59. He really is, Ox.
Fox. I mean, I'll turn it into a business. Let's just say you were running a pub, or you'd have, say, a construction company where you put slates on a roof. Somebody's got to organise it, isn't they?
Aye.
Somebody's got to do the logistics. Somebody's got to do the labour. It's no different. They've all got roles to play, but just sometimes it's frustrating for us.
Yeah.
The thing is, you've got to have a buffer between the players and the manager. The manager has got to be no aloof for the players, but you don't want to get too pally with players, because you've got to make a lot of serious decisions going through a season. And it's been the same job for Mace number 2s. The players speak to the number 2, who is Gary McAllister. Gary McAllister will then have a word with Steven Gerrard, and they'll bounce it off each other what their complaint is, whether they don't think they're getting game time or anything else. And that's what it is, and it's a buffer between the players and the manager in number 2 position.
Hi, it's me and Bridge. We've been trying to get a secretary in for how long, Bridge?
A long time.
Not getting anywhere with Blue Star.
No.
It maybe help if you take your photos off of the application form. Maybe that's how nobody's writing in.
He's interviewed about 50, isn't he, Bridge? He's interviewed about 50.
And the rest. That's he's only told us that much.
Aye.
Oh, goodness
Unbelievable,
sake.
Blue Star.
Yeah.
Well, you're on that point. Sorry to come in there. We are looking for somebody who is a wee bit Facebook inclined, who would like to look after our Facebook page, as Big Ulster's temporarily missing. So if anybody would like that job, please get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Is this from the outside or the inside?
No, somebody that's used to dealing with Facebook.
Okay,
by the time I typed an answer back on it, they'd be away on to about 4 questions on, you know.
Yeah.
See, we need a secretary, Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just fascinated to find out what the salary this guy's going to be offered. Oh, sorry, this person's going to be offered, I should say.
Just slightly under what you're getting.
I didn't think that was possible, Bridge.
Oh, God almighty. The man's in the negative.
He might have to. So, in other words, the guy's going to have to pay to do the job for.
That's exactly it. He's got to
That's
give
correct. Just
said donations.
Just like all the rest is there. Chris in the lobby saying, do we run a Twitter page? We do have a Twitter page, but again, we've nobody to handle that, you know. So most of the people that help out with the show are all on the main programme. So as we say, MD that's interested, please let us know.
Yeah, here that worked out nicely. But again, great to see the first team there. Great to hear the young bears there. A lot of positives, Blue Star, and I think we're taking strides slowly but surely.
Without a doubt, and as Paul so goodly put it there, maybe it's a wee bit hard on Gerrard insofar as he had to bring in 15 new players, basically a new team, you might as well say. He said to try and gel them all. Predominantly, we're hit with Europe straight away. We done great in Europe, considering where we were. We go for there straight into the SPL. Some players hit the ground running, and some don't. Some have found their feet half roads through, and some. Let's be honest, the last 2, 3, and 4 games we've played really well. It's maybe took them a wee bit of time, and I happened to hear last night's show today, Ox, and one of the points you brought up was. Oh gosh, it shows you I'm getting old. It's went clear out my head. Oh gosh,
it's the plastering.
Aye, no, it's went clear out my head. But what I was going to say is that the very fact he's only had one season. As Paul said, it's maybe no fair on him that next season is a massive season for him, and the guy knows that obviously. But how good would it have been if he maybe had 2 or 3 seasons to get under his belt and really get his teeth into it? But all we can hope for is what we're seeing now. After watching that tonight, guys, everything about it, I just thought it was really, really, really pleasing to watch on the eye, and it was really, really good to see even though the backroom team. As I say, for me, I was mega impressed tonight. I really was with the whole shebang. I thought it was terrific.
There was one thing sad, me, Bridge. I think Pool's away. Hopefully he'll come back in. One thing sad to me, I mean, what do you think? If the gates were open for that tonight, what do you think they'd go at 20,000?
Oh, easy.
Aye, Rangers fans.
Aye.
I'm sure the other side would have brought the same. I think you would have an old firm crowd there tonight. Definitely.
I was listening earlier on there, and I heard them saying that the last couple of these, like juvenile games, as I call them, there's been guys bringing in flares and throwing things on the pitch and all sorts. How on earth did you do that watching boys? I mean,
because they take over.
Let's be truthful here. If you're a grown man, how on earth can you be doing that when there's boys playing on the pitch? What kind of mentality have they got?
Both sides have went to Fir Park and caused major problems in Fir Park with broken seats and flares and bangers and God knows what, and just general loutish behaviour. Forgive me for saying it that way, because I was a loutish behaviour person myself, probably when I was young. But that's exactly what it is, and that's why I say it's a pity. What Oxy is saying is absolutely true. It's an absolute pity. If they'd opened those gates tonight, they could have had an old firm crowd. But God knows if they didn't have they need to get police and everything there to make sure it was all right, because let's call it, the atmosphere between the two teams and their supporters is a bit toxic at the moment.
Yeah, I realise that, but it's just the fact that they're watching younger boys. You know, you say to yourself, well, as Oxtear said there, the very fact that they couldn't let fans in. I mean, that's sad. It's sad, is it? No, it's really pathetic.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But just remember one thing, Blue Star. I have to say this: most of the guys that are throwing the bangers and the flares are all young guys themselves. You know?
Yeah. I know. You just think to yourself, how even in their development, how good would it be? The likes of the night, they're playing at Hampden, they're playing in a cup final, and if they had a big crowd there,
30,000.
exactly, Ox.
And I'll tell you another thing. If you're the development of the boys, you maybe say this will be interesting because there's some people will rise to the occasion.
Correct.
And some will shrink.
Absolutely. You know, and that comes through in the development as we see in the first team. Some guys, let's be truthful, they've been international players, and the pressure at Ibrox playing in front of 50,000, it just gets to them. Derek Johnson's an advocator, and he tells umpteen pressmen that he says, I've seen great international players coming to Rangers. He says, when they pulled that jersey and ran out that tunnel, he says they literally froze. He says they just couldn't do it. He says, and yet they could do it for their countries all over the world. He says, but when they pulled on that blue jersey and ran onto the pitch at Ibrox, he says they literally froze. And we've all seen it. We've all seen umpteen players doing it.
Maybe there's an argument that Barisic at the moment,
Absolutely.
The boys you don't get in the Croatia team unless you can play,
Exactly.
I don't think there's any doubt about the boys' skill, the Barisic's skill. And I think, to be honest, it's just getting used to playing for a club the size of Rangers, and the fan base. Fans are so important to the Rangers, and if you're getting a full house in every home game, that's a lot of people to be playing in front of when you're not used to it. I don't know how many they got in his team back home, back in his own place. Maybe 15, 20, I don't know. But 50,000 people is a lot of people. And then you realise I dare say you realise it when you're playing there. Every game is a cup tie. Every game's a cup final for the opposition. It's incredible. Just incredible.
Remember, Mark Hateley took 6 months, and he said that 6 months. He says the first month, I think he played something like 7 or 8 games. He says, and all I could hear, he says, any time he says I went near a goal's at either end. He says, you had folks screaming at you. He says, you better put the ball in it. He says, some of the time, he says, it was actually quite fearsome. He says, and yeah, I'd played in every ground in England, he says, and abroad. He says, the fearsome, he says, at Ibrox, he says, the shirt just became too heavy for me. He says, it took me half a year, and so it did. So it just goes to show, a big guy like him that was fearless, it goes to show it can happen to even the best, I
think I bet you that's true. It's true with even Stephen Davis coming back. The responsibility with putting that shirt on is great.
Yeah.
He probably realises that, and the wee slightest bit of, shall we say, lack of fitness or match fitness, it gets exposed, and that's what was happening with Defoe as well. I seriously believe it, and all they need is a wee bit of settlement. And look at the way the fans idolise him now after 2 really good performances. I would suggest that the fans have take him to the heart, both him and Defoe. And it won't matter what happens anymore. He'll be a favourite for them.
Anyway, if people want to join us, give their thoughts on the youths, who they if they watch the game, who they think's got a chance. I'm going to go for the. Let me think. I'm going to go for the 2 left-sided players tonight, which was the left back Fox, which was the boy Parson. Am I right? You there, Fox?
Sorry, pal, what was that?
The boy Parson at left back, the boy who got booked.
Aye, he was a good player.
They were the 2 that shot. I would say they're the 2 with a chance to go forward.
I would also add into that the 2 in the midfield, mate. I thought they were very good tonight, Dixon and Williamson.
They done well, mate. They done well, but I'm just saying that that's the 2 that grabbed the limelight for me tonight,
And there's a few of them once you start to grow into their adult bodies, mate. I was a wee bit disappointed in Kai Kennedy, because I don't think he showed how good a player he is. He was good in parts of the game, but he's a lot better than what he showed tonight. And the same goes with young Madube as well. I think he'll take a wee bit of growing as well, but nice touches with both feet and a good young prospect as well.
Yep. So if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number, Blue Star?
It's 0141 356 1972, and Fox or Old School Blue will certainly bring you in.
Where else can you join us, Bridge?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Foxy / Old School Blue will look after you, make sure you're in okay.
All right, we then take us in the lobby for your advert, Fox. Are you interviewing? Are you already set up a surgery?
A couple of young gentlemen in the lobby have agreed to help us out. Thank you very much. Anybody else that wants to put their name forward, this PM Old School.
We're looking for a social secretary as well. Bridgeman.
I see that I saw somebody was asking if you were doing another account. What was it he was looking for? Was it
Twitter.
No,
it wasn't Twitter.
Instagram.
It was something else. Instagram, right?
Instagram.
Oh, so he'll be in touch. I think it was what's his name there?
Young Rangers Loyal.
That's a Young Rangers Royal. Hi.
He's got about 9,000 people following. I don't even know what Instagram is. There you go.
But well done to everybody. I hope they get in and enjoy it. And remember, the salary is don't disclose it. Don't disclose your salary. The salary offer, please keep it to yourself.
Aye. I'll show you.
I was most impressed.
You show me yours, Bridge.
Aye. I must admit, though, I have to say that the young boy Dembele for them had a really good game when he was on the ball. He looked really good.
But
I know
again,
Rangers handled him quite well.
Again, Bridge, I'll be honest with you. If I'm scouting tonight and I'm watching him, and I'm thinking, right, there's no way he's near the first team nearer.
No. I agree with you there, but he does look as if he can play a bit of football the way he wants to play football. You know,
he's fast. He's got a trick. But imagine him going up against Constantine and
McKenna,
and they're running into him.
The two that I was really disappointed in, I've got to say, was that boy Dembele, because the press had bumped him up something rotten. And I've got to be honest, I watched most of the games as you all did in that tournament, and I thought Nathan Coombs was outstanding in the tournament. Yeah. For me, the night, I thought they handled him. There was 2 and 3 on him certainly all the time, and he was the main striker through the middle. But I know he got his goal and he taken it brilliantly. But for me, it didn't do a lot for me. I thought the big guy on the left was head and shoulders above any of the rest of them. And a game with you, Ox, I totally agree with you. The left back, him and the big back, the big boy McPate, for me, outshone everybody. I thought they were terrific.
I would have went for 3 youngsters that I saw tonight. I was mightily impressed with the boy Nathan Young-Coombs. I thought he was excellent. I thought the Dapo and Mabudi, tremendous player, absolutely superb. And who's that last guy you said there?
McPake.
McPake. I thought he was really
good.
He was a pick of the bunch to me. Absolutely.
The wee tiny guy that they brought on Oxford, I couldn't mind his name. I think he was the weakest on the pitch. He went out to the left wing. You could see he had some ability, but he was tiny.
There's some guys coming on who aren't the under 18s, mate. You know.
Yeah. Oh no, he was much younger, but he went by them. He went by 2 or 3 of them a few times. I can't mind his name. Fox, can you remember who he was?
I'll tell you what, that team would be sponsored by Gillette, would they?
I think it was Kieran McKechnie, mate. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did come onto the park and then
a wee tiny guy, but he had some ability on the wing, he really did.
And the other one was Zach Butterworth, I think, came on as well.
Butterworth it was, yeah. He was the last one to come on. No, he was second last.
Yeah. But certainly mightily impressed with him, because for me, you could see none of them really panicked, and whenever they came on the park, you could see they all knew their roles down to a T. The organisation of them, first class, absolutely first class.
Here. Good trophy in the bag, Bridge. Step in the right direction. A very, very successful age group for our club. I wish sure the boys all the best if that's the swan song, but I don't think it is at that age group. I think some of the boys can play again, you know, and hopefully just get better and better, because it's very, very difficult to get that pathway, boy starter.
Oh, yeah. Oxford, you keep saying it, and you're totally bang on. You know, to make the step up, especially for some of them that maybe do look, really, really young, physique-wise, energy-wise, they've just got to keep building them up. As I say, the big fella up front, certainly, physique-wise, boy, you could see he's one big, massive guy, but his trickery on the ball for such a tall man was what I thought was outstanding. I mean, he went by them 3 and 4 times, 2 and 3 players at a time. And for such a big guy, you don't normally get that in tall men. But you can see he's definitely got ability. But as you say, a lot of them, it's going to take them time. They've got to build up and get their positioning and even their stamina. But certainly they look well on their way. It's only great for our club.
Yeah, I must admit, I agree with that. That's the most important thing for me. Here we are, for me anyway, that's the best. A bit of consistency within the club, a bit of presence within Scottish football from the youths up, because we've invested quite a lot. It's taken quite a long time to get the sort of the bases in Murray Park as it was before, and the Auchenhowie and now the Hummel. And it's all paying off, and well done. Kudos to the board for allowing all this to happen, these changes to happen, and making them happen. And well done to every one of them. And here we are, first bit of, shall we say, official silverware for the Rangers in 5 years or more, 6 years. So very happy, very, very happy. And let's hope it's the first step in a long, long, long number of steps. We get back up to that top there and murder them. Mollocate them all.
Oxford, can I just come in? I just remembered the point I was trying to remember that you brought up last night, and I thought it was a right good one. It astonished me because I know the guy personally. When you brought up the one about the player that Sandy had played with the most, Big Bomber Jackson. Now, I know the guy very well personally, and you even took me by surprise with that one.
Shocked, I would have got it near on, mate.
Would you say that Big Bomber was a bit of an unsung hero because the amount of games that the guy played, for me, he was never ever named up with the greats or the best, but he was a stalwart. He was an absolute stalwart. He's an absolute gentleman when you meet him face to face. But you astonished me when you says that he played the most games with Sandy. I think everybody had went through near enough. Every player they could think of.
Oh, hold on a second. Did I not get it? After 300 tries.
No.
That was some stat you brought out, Ox. That was a cracker. It really was.
The last time you got a quiz question right was on, must have been 5 or 6 years ago, wasn't
it? Phone a friend.
I think that's the thing about the youths, mate. You can get youths in, and I think into a successful team easier than a winning team. And if you're honest, right, you'll be sitting there and they'll be planning development. And if we get 2 first-team players out of that 11 that started tonight, we've done really well. Now you get the freak of nature, the class of 92s have become called. Mm-hmm. Fergie was a bit of a freak. He done it a couple of times, didn't he? Done it a wee bit with Aberdeen when he brought in a few players there, then done it with Man United. Doesn't happen that once in a generation, if that, Bridgeman.
Yeah.
If it does happen, maybe that might have just been a freak that all the boys become world stars, never mind local stars.
I think.
Down you go.
No, I was going to say, I think you mentioned get 2 or 3. If you got 3 in 2 years through your academy, you're doing really well. But the things that shall we say makes me very pleased is if you look through Scottish football in the SPL, you see an awful lot of ex-Rangers Academy, ex-Rangers youth players playing for other teams. And that's good. And really good for Rangers, in my opinion. I like to see that. I like to see the boys that can't make it, and they can go. It might not make it in Rangers, but they go into the big wide world and they play for the St Mirrens or the St Johnsons or whatever, and they're sort of, they do well for themselves. I'm really happy. You know the ones I'm really happy for is that goalkeeper, Liam Kelly at Livingston. I thought he should have stayed at Rangers. I'd like to have Rangers to have kept him because I think he's a smashing goalkeeper. And that boy, their centre half's not a bad centre half either. So these are when I see these guys, they've come through with the Rangers and they're doing very well with their teams, and I think that's great. I do.
Yeah.
Well,
look at the wee boy, Ox. Look at the wee boy, Billy Gilmore. Now we all know financing is probably his family and everything, but when Gerrard had I don't even think he'd came into the club just before he had moved. You look at that now and you're saying to yourself, would that boy maybe have stayed if Gerrard and his backroom team had been there when he'd seen? Because they boys must see the difference in professionalism alone, because we certainly see it, and we're only looking on for the outside. If you're in the club, then it must be a massive step up, Ox. Exactly what you're saying when you're seeing all the young boys. I genuinely think they're looking at some of the boys and they're saying, wait a minute, this guy's a superstar that's in charge of your club. They must see the massive difference, the professionalism, the way they're all suited and booted, the way they all conduct themselves. It's transformed right through the whole club. For me, it definitely has. You know, and that can only be great, is what you're saying for all the youths that we've got.
Listen, a lot of the boys are going and play professional football. They might not play with us, but that doesn't mean they're bad players.
Correct.
Absolutely, and it makes me so happy when I see them signing and playing for other people, and someone says he was with the Rangers for a while, just couldn't make it or something like that. What kudos for the Rangers? What kudos?
Excuse me. You've got callers in.
Oh, sorry, mate. Carried away. Is that? Let me see. George, I'll take the caller first, then I'll come straight back to you, mate. All right?
Yeah, bother, Ox.
All right. How we doing, caller?
How you doing, guys? It's Wheels.
How we doing,
Wheels, how you doing?
Hi, Wheels.
How we doing?
So your
Tell you what,
Skype.
guys. Proud as anything tonight, man. That was absolutely brilliant for the youngsters.
Yep.
It was
Absolutely fantastic, man.
great result.
So, there's at least, I'd say there's at least 2 or 3 there who could easily make it in the first team with us, and maybe in a year or 2, at least. Boy, Mabudi, absolutely unbelievable. McPake was superb. That boy is special, and obviously we know what the boy can do. He was a bit quiet tonight, but he got the winner, which is the main thing. But no, absolutely proud of every single one of them. It was obviously a bit of a sloppy start to the second half. I was getting a wee bit worried, but we pulled through in the end, and we showed our dominance. I think we dominated the game quite well. I think that keeper is pretty good as well, actually. I don't know what you think.
Aye.
He made some good saves.
It's just, I mean, obviously he's no filling the goal, but he's athletic and his angles are very good. Who's Sean for you, George? Did you happen to see it, mate?
Oh, because I seen the second half.
All right, so you were the guy who caused the first minute of the
second
half.
I'll never watch it again. That's what I say. If you can get a secretary to start doing your Facebook and that, I'll get it, because I'm not want to watch any more football. Anytime I watch, I seem to jinx things. No, but honestly, I mean, youth football. I came we're getting it. The platform and that the night, Ox, because that's what these young laddies deserve. I mean, it's not just this game; they've been doing well, and the club's put them in certain places and setting certain standards, and that's what we want, Ox. But I don't really know much about the youth. What I watched tonight, and Wheels tells me a lot of things, and a few guys I speak to, and I read a few blogs and that, and I'm interested to see how good they're and how they're doing and how they're progressing and things, and I like that. But for me, Ox, it's just another one of the, like Bridgeman's always keen to say, it's just another one of the ticks in the books for us. It's one of the things we can turn around and we can say we're doing things properly again, Ox. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, our club was a basket case. Parents and coaches, the other teams and that were really turning around and they were saying, look, maybe Rangers isn't the best option for a lot of teams, Ox. Maybe go other places. At the time, Hertz were the one that was getting touted a bit because the boy Robbie Nielsen was doing good things with him. Now it's getting to the point where we're getting top young laddies, Scottish laddies, the Scottish laddies, English laddies, and a couple of other foreign laddies coming out as well. And we're maybe the club to start going to again. So it's all progress, and again, it's just youth, but it's all progress. From where we were 5 years ago, 6 years ago, to where we're going now. So I like to see this, I really do, and it's good to see these young laddies who are making a name and looking like they're enjoying football and that. So I really enjoyed it tonight, Ox, I did.
Fair comment, George. I mean, I think the thing is not carried away with youth football because it's a very, very, I don't know if skillful thing or somebody's got an eye for it, but you must have. The guys that ran all these youth boys clubs for years, they had an eye for a player, didn't they? And,
oh God, yeah.
Sometimes the person that get picked up, everybody's saying, but he's not the best player in the team. And lo and behold, it was him that people picked up, you know. And also, George, everybody sees it differently. Look at us on here with the first team. You'll come on and you say Tavernier was great. Somebody else will say he was rubbish. Somebody will come on and say, Morelos, we should get rid of him. Somebody thinks, he's the best thing since sliced bread. So, personal opinions, but it's to try and get that conveyor belt of talent where you get, how many would you think would be fair, Blue Star? 1, 2, every 2 years? Is that fair? Is that realistic?
If you were getting 2 every year, Ox, you'd be absolutely over the moon. That you take that over 4 years, that's you get 8 players and hitting somewhere around about the first team. That would be absolutely phenomenal for us. I mean,
that's a lot, innit?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, if you're getting even 2 or 3 every 5 years, let's be honest, the way the game is nowadays, how many foreigners are we bringing in? How many English guys are we bringing in? If we can bring through our own youth, it's absolutely tremendous. Plus, you've got the selling on. You know, and that means everything's all generating through the club. You're bringing through your own. It would be phenomenal if you could get 2. It'd be phenomenal even if you can bring through 1 right gudgeon every year. It would be out of this world. It can only be great. And as I say, George is right. You're looking at them and you're going, well, he looked a gudgeon, he looked a good, and as you say, it's all about opinions. Would any of us be truthful? Would any of us at all? I looked at Kamara and brought him in. I certainly knew nothing about him, Ox. I really didn't know anything about the guy. And you see, okay, as guys have said, maybe in a year's time he'll not be that player, but boy, oh boy, for 50 grand, for what he's done now, he's more than paid his way. You can only see the guy getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. He's paid his way all right, that's for sure.
Oh, easily, you know. So, again, he's a young man. The potential in him alone is phenomenal. And as Jeff G said on the lobby there, it was great to see the young boy Coombs at the end. Did you see him going along slap mod on young kids' hands, making them all feel part of the club? And the very fact that some of our first team squad was there, that is absolutely brilliant.
To see a crowd sitting there watching it.
Exactly. That can only bring on the young boys even more, saying, look, the guys are wanting us here. The guys are wanting us here. Everything about the night was just top class.
And the youngsters did themselves
good. I don't mind cut across you, but get yourself on mute and we'll have a tune from Old School Blue.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, go Rangers. Do it if we can, go Rangers. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.
Zox back.
I'm there.
I didn't realise the tune finished so quickly. So, Bridgman must have hit all school with one of his tea trays. Have we lost Wheels? Wheels gone?
Wheels is gone now.
Hopefully he comes back in on Skype.
Maybe they get booted out.
Aye. The trays, the show's at the background. So, great night. Enjoy it. It's another wee milestone for the club. Historically, it's no meant a lot. I mean, we did win that competition 5 years ago, George.
Aye, I know. I don't know how it's actually became such a big thing. I mean, I'm not what I read on the young boys, but is it a good thing that this is on the telly and all these people have been able to see this? And I don't know if they can come in and poach your young guys, because for me, at that age, at that level, and Bridgman mentioned it as well, the young boy Dembele for that lot as well looked like a right talent. A few of the boys look like right talent. So it's all one for other clubs who are down south and that to come in and start pinching players and that. So I think, in my opinion, I reckon it's good to give the young laddies their give the young laddies their day on the telly and front of half decent amount of people, parents and things like that. That's fair enough, but I think you let the kids be kids first, Ox. I mean, I think we and I think we're doing right with wee Middleton, but we done with wee Middleton the other day. I said give him a wee bit of a bone. Maybe it's not the right way of saying it, but what I said the other night is give him a wee bit of a bone again and let him come back near the first team. And we've done that. I think we've dealt with him really well. But I think for the wee boy, for the young laddies tonight, I think what you've got to do with them new Ox is you've got to shadow them and let them just be laddies, because I think the way we done with young John Fleck probably wasn't right in my opinion, Ox. So I think we've got to be careful with these young laddies.
Hey, George, I think that's a fair comment, George. Only the first thing, I mean, all the scouts in England, mate, they'll all be aware of all the players, mate. You know, if they think.
Oh, of course they will. This is not the first I've heard them. Of course they will.
You know, and you come, Bridge.
I was just going to say, I 100% agree with George says. When you mentioned them being on the telly, you know how I feel about the BBC. That's the worst. The only bad thing about it, them being on the telly, it was through the BBC. And because it's through the BBC, I think the bad side of me kicks in. And I think, wait a minute, now why has the BBC jumped in there to show this, the youth football? And I'm thinking, as I say, the bad side's thinking it can only be so that they can highlight the Celtic youths. That's all I think it is, because they never expected Rangers to come out and beat them. They never dreamt that. And that's they're probably got a bit of egg in their face for that. That's the bad side of me.
Suicide Firms just put in lobby. Just wanted to point out that the under-18s manager tonight, Dave McCallum, used to be the first head of youth department at Queen's Park, who brought through Andy Robertson, Liverpool, Barry Douglas, Shanklin, Blair, Spittle, youth in good hands. And then Blue Horizons put Karamoka Dembele praise to tape home with Buddy every night before going to his bed.
Very good.
But the boy McCallum, his record speaks for itself, and he's brought the likes of Robertson, Barry Douglas, and Shankland in it through. So I think we're in great hands. I really do. I think the very fact you're seeing the youth team, for me, the big one was the one in the summer there for winning that tournament. The very fact your top British sides have all been participating in that over the years, and none of them's won it. So we've got to be doing something right, and hopefully that comes through in the next couple of years.
I think that tonight's result will resound through our club, reverberate through our club, and boost everything. That's what I think will happen. It'll really boost it. It should boost the standing.
I don't think that result tonight's as big as winning that tournament.
Oh no, the tournament was far bigger. Of course it was. Ox. The very fact you had English media promoting that, and you had proper guys in a studio, and as I say, the way they talked about Rangers during that, unfortunately we didn't see a lot of it, but those of us that were watching it, it was professionally done. It was like your
Fox never missed a minute.
Well, as I say, it was so refreshing to see two English guys really, really promoting our club, and the way they spoke about Stevie G, our manager, etc. It was brilliant, and that can only be great for us going forward. Great for us.
Yes, what I was meaning was, I think it will reverberate because we've come out head to head against our biggest rival club-wise at the two sets are a level set of playing fields for the players. So two sets of players who are quite level club-wise. And I thought we dominated them for big chunks of that game. Admittedly, the last 5-10 minutes, they're putting pressure on. But truth be told, I thought Rangers did exceptionally well. And that result can do us no harm. In fact, I think it'll lift the club. It should boost the club all the way through. To me, that's a major event for us. It's only me. It's only my opinion.
Oh, because I think the very fact that I would stake money on it, the likes of when you've seen some of our actual first team players there supporting the boys and getting behind them tonight. I think that would definitely come from Stevie G, asking a few of them if they didn't mind coming to support. See the very fact he's done that. That's just superb. That's just sheer professionalism. I don't think years gone by there you would have seen many of our first team there getting behind the boys there at that stadium. The very fact they were there, that to me speaks volumes of what's happening behind the scenes, definitely.
Brewster, were you happy? Were you pleased with the sort of impartiality of the commentary?
No, I was scunnered.
I
was absolutely scunnered. That's what I said at the beginning, Bridgeman. I'm 100% behind you when you're talking about that BBC. It's slanted one way, and it's certainly no for our club. It was absolutely ridiculous. Remember, we're talking about a youth game there, and all he wanted to do was promote that other side, and he really did.
If you two don't behave, I'll get all bear on to give you a lecture.
Very good, all bear. Get him in here. We love
all bear on to give you a lecture, yeah.
Would you not agree though? It is slanted. It definitely is.
Well, what club's in a dispute with the BBC Scotland?
I get that, mate. I get that.
So what do you expect? It's easy. You just turn the sound down and watch it.
Exactly what I did do.
Right. So then you don't get upset. And his blood pressure, he shouldn't be listening anyway. Should you, Bridge?
I just don't understand. It's now got to the point where they're even targeting our youth teams, and that's not right. That means it's the whole club from top to bottom. It's not nothing to do with their what do you call it? Their reporter. Nothing whatsoever to do with it. It's just something against their club.
It's hurting them. They can't even go and talk to we win the cup.
Yeah.
Imagine what it'll be like if we start winning real trophies, George.
Yeah.
And you come, mate.
Yeah, I Ken Bridgeman's got this thing there, and that's fair enough. But I didn't actually pick on many bad things they said. I don't really listen now. To be fair, I only watched the second half. Auction. The only things I was taking was the positives. And they were saying this is a great goal, good pass with this lad. I was I was quite happy with the way the happy, but I didn't think he said anything wrong. Because I think if you get a chip on your shoulder against these guys, you can end up you can let that not rule your life, but rule your
thought process.
Your viewing of that in that box, and that's fair enough. People are like that, but for me, I just watch the young laddies. I think if you can get, you were asking the question a while ago there, Ox, how many do you want to get coming through for the youth team, Ox? You were being really greedy and you were saying 2 a year. See if you get 2 a year, Ox.
That's
we become like Ajax and that, Ox. That's dream stuff. But see if we get, I mean, let's be honest about it. We had young McCrory last year. He was maybe put on far too early, but he came through last year. We've had young Middleton, maybe came on a bit late this year too, but we've got to get him next year. So we're actually starting to see a wee bit of development the new Oaks. And Ken, we've obviously seen the young boy Hardy coming through, and there's other young laddies going out on loan and things like that. But these are young laddies, McCrory, in my opinion, I think McCrory can be a first team player for us. Glenn Middleton, I think he can be a first team player for us. First team regular, I don't know. First 11 regular, I don't know about that, but a first team, a first squad anyway in the next couple of years. So I think it's all positive for what we can actually see, and I think it comes from what we were talking about the other night there. We were going on about De Boer and all these guys running Ajax. We've got a world star, and Steven Gerrard conducting our orchestra for us now. So I think we've just got to enjoy that. For the goodness that's happening to our club right now, Ox.
I think the marketing men are. It's a dream that Stevie Gerrard's walked in the door. So what about the big news today about the leak? Bridge.
The league.
The leak.
Oh, the leak. Oh, aye.
I mean, this country, we can't. The big news about the strips getting leaked.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I thought I heard somebody or saw somebody and follow saying it was a con or it was maybe one of the boys in the group saying it was. But is it true? Do you think it's genuine now?
I think it was. I think it was a first cut, a draft video, and somebody's got a hold of something, you know. Yeah. But what it looks good to me is the fact that it looks as if the merchandise is going to be out for the summer, which is important for the young people, Blue Star.
Hawks, not to put a dampener on it, it's only going to be mega important if we're, we're marketing goes ahead as we want it today, because I'm hearing that man still get his fingers wrapped around us. That's got to get sorted, because that's really hurting us. That's a lot of income. As I said the millions of times on here, before all this happened, we had the biggest shirt sales in the whole of Britain and in Europe. That's a lot of revenue to us. And if we're not getting the full whack of what we should be getting, it's hurting us big time, because you know as well as I do, Ox, hundreds of the stuff we weren't buying, and they're still not buying because we've not got the go-ahead for our club to say, aye, that's it, going to our club. So that really has to get sorted, and as soon as, it really does.
Well, it's the judges that are making the summing up, so something will move. But that suggests to me that we're at the end game and the merchandise is going to be launched for June sometime, George, and that'll be excellent for the kids, you know.
It's just mere positive for our club, Box. The young laddies tonight, it's a positive thing. This has been a really positive show the last few weeks because things are happening, Ox. And a lot of people, for me personally, I'll talk about me personally. I think we've had a great season, Ox. I want to start winning things, but I'm seeing progress, Ox. Now, we're seeing progress around about the stadium, we're seeing progress with the young laddies, and now if we start to get our own merchandise, Ox, look what, I don't know the turnaround, I think it was 5.2 million, 4.2 million or something, the turnaround. If we start selling our own merchandise, Ox, and we get a full year at that, with 3 strips going on sale, one in August, one in September, and one in October. Ox, our club doesn't need anybody to help. We'll do it ourselves. The fans will do it. The board, I think, is great. I think they'll do it. I think it's all positives for our club now, Ox. I think what we were saying the other night there, getting 3 players in, 4 players in, I don't think that's a big problem for our club now, Ox. I think we are getting to the point where we can we can do that, spend a bit of money and get players in, and this merchandise is a massive one for us as well. So it's all positive, though. So I'm really excited about next season for our club. Again, this season will finish, but next season, because that's where you've got to look forward to, isn't it?
You're doing the business strategy, George. You're always looking forward. I mean, Bridgeman, I know you're more the training gear nowadays. You don't fancy the cut of the strip, but I mean, it's great to get the stuff out there and see the Bears, particularly the younger Bears, with the strips on and the city. And I've been reading on some of the forums when people have been some of the tourist spots. There's been a lot of Bears. All bodes well for going forward, mate.
Yeah, I was in the tune last week. Just last week there, and loads of Ranger strips in the sunshine. Guys walking about, particularly the orange top. It was very popular. But no matter where you went, there was loads of guys with on. Excuse me, and then sort of around about Christmas time, the queues outside the Ranger shop were just something to see, something to behold. Many, many, many hundreds of people queuing up outside there in the pouring rain and the freezing cold, and they get in there. I don't know how many they're letting in, 20 or 30 people at a time, but the stuff was flying off the shelves. So Rangers have sold quite a lot of strips at the Christmas time, so I don't know how much is going to make them overall. And Blue Star's right. Somewhere along the line, we do need to get this issue resolved, most assuredly. We don't want it to be hanging around as like a bad smell forever and ever. So let's hope what you were saying, Ox, that maybe they're seeing the end of the line, the end of the road. Hopefully the judge comes back and makes the correct ruling for us. But I think it'll be a ruling that's going to cost us money-wise. I think it'll be a ruling. And, what can we say? But other than I'd be glad to get rid of the guy and get all your cash and do your business properly. And I know it's just a sin for the board because everything, as I say, they may even still be opening doors and a lot of crap's falling out and tapping them, Just
hopefully this is the last straw, Bridge,
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, it's not their fault, mate. It's something they had to
No. Absolutely not. However, they have made some mistakes that they need to get rectified. One of them being that boy Herrera, and that again is going to cost us quite a tidy sum of money. It cost us a lot of money to get rid of Pena.
The mistake wasn't Herrera, mate. The mistake was Kachina.
Kachina, of course, but he brought the player in and we put him on contract. So we've paid for Kachina, we've paid for Pena to get out, and now we need to get in. Who was the other young boy for Portugal that we brought in? The right winger. Oh, for God's sake!
He was on loan, Bridge, for a year.
Oh, that's right. Right, okay.
So
who was that, George?
Can I ask something about the show, mate?
Aye, on you go, mate.
Do they have a house coat for us older gentlemen with a wee Rangers embroidered? No, come on, guys. It's always the old Bears buying the young pop strips. What about the young pops buying us Ollians a nice house coat with an embroidered Rangers badge?
You're right, Paul.
Aye. There's a market that's untapped for me.
Here.
You wouldn't get dressed.
Would you walk down to Rugland with that one? Would you walk down to
No, but I mean, come on. No, we'll be paying a wee trip to the hospital in coming years. I want you to look smart.
Well said, pal. Well said. Yeah.
He wants to be the bell and a ball in a care home, George.
I believe it.
But by the way, he's right in what he said, Ken. Let's cater for everything. Let's just go all out. Let's make as much money off it. I'm not saying let's go out and talking about other people. I'm talking about me, but everyone who is right here, my family, everybody's family. Let's make as much money possible off all of us as we possibly can to get us back, and let's give us every single chance. And our manager, who I think he's lucky to have a job like us, but I think we're lucky to have a guy just like that. But what Bridgeman was saying there a minute ago, I mean, that's a wee bit of a thing for Steven Gerrard too. I think the money we paid for certain guys is maybe a wee bit. Get rid of them too. Let's just get them off the wage bill and get them off the loan and get them away in permanent deals. But what you've got to take the other side for that as well, Ox. I mean, we brought a guy in who was an absolute crook, I'm not even going to go into what he was as a manager. But our board went out there and they got that guy. I think that was wrong in getting him. But what they done is they backed him to the tune of a lot of money, Ox. So for all we're saying, Ken, they made the wrong decision in bringing that guy in. They must have believed they were doing the right thing, and they gave him a lot of money. So what we need to do now is we need to go out and get the. I think Stephen Gerrard made great signings, but I think we've got to make not as many signings, just that we just to get it perfect. 4 massive signings this year, first team players to get us right up there challenging. And there'll probably be guys leaving, probably Candias, and there'll probably be a few guys we wouldn't expect to leave as well. But I think we've got to improve the squad, just that final wee bit, just to twist of the screw, just to get us absolute perfect and give us every possible chance we've got next year going forward to win this league. Next year's the year for me, Ox. We've got to do it.
Yeah. Don't worry about first
Ox,
team
can I
players.
just jump in, mate?
Don't worry about first team
Somebody
players.
called Blue
The shop sells pyjamas
Somebody
and
called
house
Blue
clothes.
Bloods. Ox, can I
You're
You're
jump
breaking
in there,
up,
mate?
Bluebeard. You're breaking up, pal.
Somebody called Blue Bloods just wrote in the City result
breaking
last
up.
night.
You're breaking up.
Blue Star.
We'll be joined
You're
by a
breaking
caller,
up,
evening
pal.
caller.
I think it's
How you
Jim.
doing, guys? Jim 115 again.
How you doing, Jim?
Nah, not bad. Enjoyed watching that tonight. See, going regarding the merchandise thing. Heard the wee story last night, but I'm not going to repeat it on here. How would you feel if we had to work with this guy, this Ashley?
Well, I think you know how we feel. It's been going on and on and on for the last 3 years. It's been murder. It's been just murder. So I don't know how they're going. You know, when it first started out, Jim, we thought it was a marvellous sign. You know, with really a billionaire with a huge company, but his the colours fitted in. You know, he's got red, white, and blue colours. I thought it was going to be a match, and he was going to look after us, and we can see it now. Can I just say this to you? We're under no illusions. No illusions. We may have to. We just may have to. Simple as that.
If we had to be legally tied to him, I would do my shopping elsewhere to buy the merchandise if I could do that with the money going to the club. I'm not a fan of Sports Direct model, full stop, Jim.
Nah, I'm the same myself, but...
So what did you hear?
I'm not going to repeat it on here. The people I was told that if it comes true, if I was told, then I think we're in for a wee shock.
Ox, how do you know where we're buying it if the money's going directly to the club, though? Surely if it was tied in with him, he's still going to be getting so much. But if that means it's a done deal, and if it had to be that way, see, as long as we knew the club were getting a good whack of it.
You're getting a good whack at it.
Exactly. Then we would have to do it, mate. We would have to, because we know
I would still personally rather buy my gear elsewhere.
But that's what I'm saying, Ox. Then you're hurting the club if they're not getting the revenue. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I do exactly know what you mean, but I'm not a fan of Sports Direct.
Oh, no, none of us
I'm not a fan of them either, but
none of us are.
See, regarding the Ashley carry on, I've got to be back to that Green away at the start of his man. I think he tried to suck Ashley in, by promising him all this, 50,000 of these dafties are going to fill this stadium every week, they're going to buy millions of taps, and all of a sudden, I hit the fan, we wouldn't buy the merchandise, and Ashley's went like, you clown, you tell me they were going to A, B, C, D here. And then he started picking this, they started picking that. Again, I don't like him, I hate him. But I could see where he was comfy when he started cherry picking the badge, the stadium name and all the rest of it. And as I said there, I think Green sucked him in. We telling him all this was going to happen, but the stadium was going to be full every week. Millions of these dafties were going to buy your strips after you. And he's went like, ching, ching, ching. It didn't materialise. And he's went, oh, see this is not happening here. So I'm going to take A, B, and C till I get my money back here. I hate him. I can't stand him. And I can't stand what he's done. But you can see what he's done with it.
Jim, I think that Mr. Ashley in the past tried to get Rangers through the back door, through these funny loans he was given. And then the loans would all of a sudden had to be paid. And he was got first dibs on Ibrox, first dibs on the training centre. We would have ended up with nothing and we'd been owned and shut down by Ashley. That's what would have happened. That's what I fear.
Bridgeman, you know the ironic thing here? See if that guy is as accumulated in business, if he had that in the brain is what he's meant to have. Common sense tells you any man that was willing to put in a real good stack of money into Rangers Football Club, even when we were doing.
Blue, you're breaking up a wee bit, pal.
Mate. You need to drop
But things were done money back tenfold.
Blue Star, you're breaking up, mate. You're going to have to drop out, mate.
Right.
Drop out and come back in, Blue Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll see, Jim. I mean, hopefully we can sort something out that's positive for the club.
Remember that Tom Boyd's face, right? Was that not just that picture?
I missed it, mate. I missed it.
Jim.
To be honest.
I have to admit, he's a person. I never liked him as a. I quite liked him when he was with Motherwell. I must admit, because he was one of these YTS guys, and I thought, well done to you, pal. You've come out and you've done it. And then he moved over to them across the road, and I don't think he changed.
Didn't he?
He just changed. For me, it just changed. So. Not a big fan.
Who impressed you tonight with the youth, Jim?
I thought I like the boy Cummins since I seen him playing in that kind of tournament there by. It's a wee bit. I'll tell you, he's already there, but I thought wee Dapple was a wee bit disappointing in the start of the season.
Didn't do a lot for me, mate, and he the whole game. He didn't pass the ball.
The build up to the first goal, he never lost the ball. I can cherry pick on these kind of things in games and dissect them. I think the boys got it, but I was a wee bit disappointed tonight.
I wouldn't say the boy's a bad player because you can't say that in one. But some of his decision making. But he's young. You forget because we're seeing him with a blue strip on, and you're watching the telly. You're saying make that pass, but it's an easy game when you're watching it on the telly.
I was really impressed with that wee boy for Celtic, the wee boy in the belly. I heard one of the boys saying there earlier on. I was impressed with the boy. Thought the wee boy looked good.
He's got a good smashing left peg on him, didn't he? I just wonder if he's I don't know if it was the conditions tonight. Sometimes he kind of ran into trouble. But when he held the ball and he got in his stride, he was a wee handful.
It's just good to sub it into him enough, innit?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. I'll just see the posters, but George, the merchandising is important as a revenue stream, and I suppose the support will be governed by what the club says.
Aye, we will. The club, the fans have supported the club all the way. I mean, we've all had season tickets as long as we wanted to have season tickets. 21 seasons for me, but a few seasons ago, I think it was better for our fans just to buy individual tickets, and it worked out the best way. I think it worked out the best way for our club because look where we are now. We've done that. If our club comes out and says this is what today, do that. But Ox, since that, for all the way along, all the way through, I feel like the guys about it. And I mean, it's our football, but it's the club you love. But all the way through, and I can honestly tell you, I never wanted this guy anywhere near my club. At the very, very start, I'm talking days and weeks into it, I thought to myself, this guy's got 500 million in the bank. He's got to take us places. And like Bridgeman says, he could have if he wanted to. He could have took us to wherever he wanted to if he wanted to pump money in it. He had no interest in doing that whatsoever. For me, Ox, if he's got anything to do with the merchandise, I've just got that block in my mind now, Ox. I'll never buy nothing off the guy again. Supposing somebody even says to me, go and go down to his jumbo sale and pick something up for me, I'll no date, Ox. I'd rather go and spend the extra couple of quid somewhere else. That sounds petty and daft, but that guy put people in our club to try and destroy us and take what they wanted, and that's my opinion, Ox. That's not me saying about other people. That's my opinion. I've looked at the facts and I've seen guys that were there, seen guys that were working for him. I still believe Charles Green was involved with him as well. So, and again, this is a complete other show, but I'll never give Mike Ashley, and he doesn't need my money because he's loaded anyway. I'll never ever give him another penny. I wouldn't even go into shop for a carer bag, Ox. Never ever
Here, George.
He tried to destroy our club, Ox, and I believe that. I think if he wanted to, he could have took us places, but he wanted. I think he wanted Ibrox and Ibrox only. He didn't want Rangers, and that's for me, Ox. I think that's where our fans have stood up, and I've probably had arguments on here with every single one about Mike Ashley at one time. And I'm never got back down to that now. I think he wanted to destroy us, Ox.
Agreed, George. 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you're right.
Bridgeman was the only man hoping we get new strip suppliers was Lonsdale.
Lonsdale, aye. But you know, seriously, I've never, for many years now, and the boys know this, I've never into his shops, and there's his shops everywhere. I wouldn't
Do you
even
remember the first time you were in and you reported on here?
Man, I walked into the, where was it? Was it the one in the Gale Street?
Clyde
Oh
Bank,
my God. Oh my God. It was like a big grocery shop, let's call it, a corner grocery shop.
Grocery shop.
It was the way it was packed in. There was just shelves of stuff everywhere. It was just never to turn, never to look properly. Just rubbish.
Is there anything he doesn't own?
Well, you know,
Here's one for you. Would the guys agree it would maybe be better for our club if Liverpool won the EPL rather than Man City? In the sense, maybe then Liverpool would give even Stevie G maybe some more players, because look at the revenue they would then be getting. I know they've got plenty, but they'd be getting even more. So maybe guys like Kent and that would be going for far less than what they maybe would be looking for. Would you agree to that, or would you don't know?
Can I ask a question on that? Can I just turn that around and say, if Liverpool win the league in England, the EPL in England, what does that not mean that all their players from top to bottom are now more valuable? And therefore, if we wanted to do business, my goodness gracious, wow.
I think it's just worked both ways, Bridgeman. The likes of Kent, obviously, do any of us really see Kent getting near their first team now? No, you don't. Nobody amount of wingers that they've got. So
I would doubt it as well. I would doubt it.
Yeah, so maybe that would maybe work in Stevie G's favour.
I don't see any difference.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
I don't see any difference as it was 2 months ago.
How did you get that for Lonsdale trainers?
Lonsdale trainers.
I just think when you're talking about him, it gets too. There's none of us would want to do business with him. Let's put it that way. Absolutely none. In my honest opinion, is if when he came in, see if the guy had thrown a bit of money at Rangers, even although we were low down at the time, I can't see for the life of me why he wouldn't want to do that. Because Rangers were a far, far bigger club than he's ever had any his hands on, you know. It would only have been good for him.
I mean, I think at Bridge said we thought but there was a lot of people, and I'll throw myself in the ring. Before you looked at it deeply, George, you thought it could have been good for the club. I never liked the Sports Direct employment model, so I'm never comfortable with that. That's a personal point of view. But as it started unravelling, it just became this. You looked at the classic asset stripper, the bully, if you like.
When they started putting these placemen in, the guy, what's his name?
Dimbias.
Aye.
Limbias.
I've got a wee bit. I've got a story to tell about. My brother actually got in the director's box one night we played Heartsman, and he was escorted. And he actually said to my brother, "What are you doing in here?" My brother, he actually had to get restrained and pulled out the director's box. I don't know where he's sitting at this week, but my brother got in that director's box. So he did.
Can I ask him a question on that?
Aye, you go, mate.
Yes.
Are we talking in terms of having sole trading rights for Rangers stuff, or does he just want to match whatever offers there is?
I don't want to say. Sorry.
Let Fox finish.
For what I'm saying, I mean, if Elite are dealing with our stuff, we've opened a new store in Belfast. We're connected to that with Hummel and Elite, I take it. Now, if he was to sell the strips in his Sports Direct shop, and it was the Rangers support would just buy off Elite and Hummel themselves, mate, and eventually it wouldn't pay him, and we could get rid of him legitimately that way. The Rangers supporters will still not use his store.
I know.
Rather than this battle going on for another couple of years and more court cases. I'm just thinking that if he pays the same as everybody else to the club, it's up to the shoppers or Rangers supporters to sell where they buy the strips. As long as he's not got the sole propriety to deal with the strips and nobody else gets a look in.
If anybody wants to talk to me, I own this. I'll quite gladly tell them. But battle
Well,
that's home.
25 minutes time, we'll find out then.
Aye, no bother, mate, no problem.
But we'll see what it takes us. I mean, obviously, we're no lawyers, so it's obviously a lawyer thing unravelling in front of our eyes. Hopefully, it's positive news, but just hopefully. Right,
Let's get back to the football. We're going to do that Aberdeen mob this weekend.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
You want me to take the show here?
How's it gone for you? We owe them one, didn't we?
Oh, big time. I just hope we don't fall crap again.
The volume's very low, Jim.
Ruffle low, Jim. Oh,
That better?
That's better.
That better. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
We owe them money.
Aye, I think we do. I just hope we don't fall under crap again. Every game, I've got his eyebrows, I've got his quick goal.
You're getting very quiet again. I'll take George. Try and sort your sound out. George, we do owe them money.
Aye, it's been coming up. I mean, I think we spoke about Hibs the other night there as well. I thought we've been great against them. I think Aberdeen's got off lately against us this season. It's first game of the season. I think that was a kick in the solar plex that we've never really recovered for the start of the season. Because I think that was a bit of a blow for our team at the very start of the season, because I thought we were excellent that day. The semi-finals, 2 semi-finals we've done us in this year. One semi-final probably deserved to win, if I'm perfectly honest. Second semi-final, I think we were the better team. So the league's not done yet. They need points, we need points. It's a big game. We need to put them in the sword in Sunday. It's a bit sad that it's took it to this time of the season for us to actually do it, Oxford, because we're a much better team than them. We've got much better players and we've got a better manager. So they've been really lucky against us this season, if I'm honest, Ox.
We've been sucked down to their level. They're, I would say, anti-football, mate, the way they play. They're trying to get free kicks, set pieces up the park, put them in and see what it takes them. There's absolutely no football.
As soon as they do that against Box, if you noticed, I've seen another couple of their games on highlights and things like that. They don't do that. Anything they can get off the Rangers, they'll take, and that's the way it is. And it's the same with a lot of teams. But I think we need to start being. I think we need to be ruthless against teams. We can start now, but moving on to next season, we really need to start being ruthless against teams, because we've caused their own downfall, if we're honest. It's no team beating us; it's us beating ourselves most of the time, and it's been pretty brutal to watch some of the times, because we can beat these teams. We should be beating these teams.
Frustrating. Are you back, Jim?
Hi, I'm here. If you can hear me.
We can hear you fine now, mate.
Sorry about that, guys. Don't know when it was. I think we fall into that trap. You see there, man, they play for that high ball and feed off the second balls.
And they scored a couple of decent goals in the semi-final, the quarter-final at Ibrox, but they were both mistakes, and then obviously we were desperate to equalise them when they broke away and got.
And Jack one hits the post. That's a different game, I think, at Ibrox.
Aye, correct, mate, correct. But it's all if buts, maybes, eh?
Right. It's just unfortunately that's what this season's been leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to go and win every game to the end of the season. The players owe the fans and the manager that we should show a bit of consistency over these last 5 games and beat them. That's it.
You never know then, do you, Bridge? You never know.
No, you just don't, pal. That's the God's honest truth. Look, I'm desperate. I'm really looking forward to Sunday, to be honest. I'd like to make sure we come away and we'll win, no matter what happens. But we might be delightfully surprised when we play them and beat them, that the points differential between us and them may actually come down again, because I don't fancy them to do too much against Kelly, to be honest. Kelly will be angry with all the things that have happened. I don't know if you saw the things that have happened. Is there anybody want to talk about it? No.
Did they come on and put their appeals in, do you?
He was cited. Clark was cited. The boy got the last one that was sent off. It was reduced to a red. But big, what's his name? Big
Clubfoot.
He's got a 3-match ban.
Surprise.
His appeal failed, and he got a 3-match ban. But then you're right. I know you're laughing at because he's going to come back against the Rangers, if indeed he's fit enough to come back. But, there you go. But the one that was really happy with it was him, Clark. He's going to be cited. I don't know whether he did that deliberately so he can walk away from Scottish football as a victim or something like that. 'Cause it's really strange, It's strange.
I've not heard them coming out all these things when they win a game.
It's only when they get beat. Only when they get beat, pal. Shocking loser. Shocking.
How's your Kilmarnock ticket sales gone for the last game of the season anyway? How are they going? Have they filled their stadium yet?
500.
I believe there was about 20,000 left.
Yeah, 20,000 left, right enough.
Aye, as long as there's 20,000 left.
They would have they could have a smashing chance of filling their stadium in the last game of the season, and the Rangers fans would come there and they could have a party and enjoy the party atmosphere, if you follow what I mean. But my God Almighty, they're only breeding dislike and hatred. That's what they're doing. The way they're carrying on. Really.
See, as I said the other night again, this. How do you think this will pan out?
You've gone awful quiet again, Jim.
How do we think this will pan? Can you hear me?
Aye, if you got a mic, you're on the phone.
How do we think this will pan out if it goes down to the last game of the season regarding these tickets? You think we'll do a reverse and see how can we get our tickets?
That would be interesting if it was a helicopter Sunday scenario. But listen, I think they've made their bed in it and they're going to cost themselves an absolute fortune as a business.
At the end of the day, we're talking about the Aberdeen game. We're talking about us. Well, for me personally, I think we've had a successful season. We've no win nothing. We've had a good run in Europe. For me, we're still 4 games away from the end of the season, and we're actually just out the championship running. If we're completely honest, I mean, I think we can still win the rest of the games going at the end of the season. So it's been a successful season for me. I wanted to win something, but we've no win nothing. A team like Aberdeen, who've had a free hit at them for the last 5 or 6 years when we were AWOL, and they've done absolutely nothing. They're going to come to Ibrox on Sunday and do everything in their power to win 3 points, because that's what a season means to them. Boswell's famous for saying it, 4 big games against us a season. If they win them, they've had a good season. If we win our next 4 games, he'll have a good season. But if we get beat off Aberdeen, or if we win against Aberdeen and lose the rest of them, it's not a good season for us. So if that's what Aberdeen considers a good season, well, that's up to them. But for me, I think we've got to hammer them on Sunday, and put them in their actual place where they should be, because they shouldn't be on the same park as us. Oaks. They've been lucky against us this season.
Just talking about the tickets, there's dozens of tickets left for that game on Sunday. Literally dozens, and that might be season tickets getting returned for people that can't make it. Unbelievable support. Blue Star?
Can I disagree with you? What they've done for me is absolutely shocking. We spoke about it. If they were talking about their centenary, that should have been discussed and released at the start of the season. No one ever come to play Rangers. It's just pathetic. So, as I'll say it again, the next 4 games, I want us to win every one of them. For me, it's not been a successful season. We've seen progress. For us to be successful, we've got to be winning, and if that means win cups or win leagues, we as Rangers, we should be winning. So we've made progress. We've got a good manager. It's all on next season now, but we've still got 4 games to go. The players owe the manager and the fans 4 wins. That's the way I see it.
I hear you, mate. I'm going to say something. I'm very confident we're going to win on Sunday, Bridge.
Well, I think we're due doing something, and I 100% agree with you. I feel that too. That we're going to probably surprise ourselves because of the way we've played against them in the past. Well, not even so much that we've played quite well sometimes against them and never get the luck of the draw or the luck of the green, shall we say, to put the ball in the net. But we will probably score. It depends who they play, right? And if he keeps the same team, and this is the way I'm looking at it right now, if he keeps the same team, we're in with a really good shout of being good at Ibrox for one of the few times to actually go in and take Aberdeen apart. That's what we could do. We could take Aberdeen apart. That's how well we're playing. It's up to the manager now, isn't it, really?
Guys, if they drop in on Saturday at all, the fireworks are out. If they drop on Saturday, I'm telling you, I'll be bouncing. I genuinely believe it's on. It's on Saturday's game for them, really. Because I'm like you, Ox. I think we'll hump them on Sunday. I really do, because the players know that they think we doesn't 2 cups. We owe them a right doing. And if that other mob drop in on Saturday, oh boy, the skates are on, definitely.
Can I ask you a question then, Ox? Do you think what Blue is saying there is actually how I would like it to actually be? I think we've got a good team. I think we've got a good squad, a good manager. The fact that we kind of win 5 and 6 games in a row is let us doing this season. Aberdeen have sort of shafted us a few times this season, put us out of cups, and really cheated us a couple of times, in my opinion, kicking our boys in the face and feigning injuries and things like that. So has our squad and our players got it in them to hold a grudge against the team and think we owe them one? Have we got that in our squad right now, Ox?
I think we do, mate. I think we do.
You think so, aye?
I think it's took some of them a while to wake up. I mean, we seem to have nice guys, you know, but I think they've woke up to the rigours of Scottish football. And how I'll answer that, George, is how they performed with 10 men at Parkhead, mate.
Correct.
And the character they showed shocked me, and I think it shocked most days, because let's be really honest, at half time we'd have said, look, let's get out of here 1-0, we move on, the league's done, everything's over. As long as we don't get an hour doing. And lo and behold, we were absolutely superb. I know it wasn't Aberdeen, but I think that's showing you that the rigours of Scottish football is coming home to roost to them. They're understanding it slowly for some of them, and maybe even for the manager.
Great point, Ox. Great point.
Could be yourself, George.
Ox, could you check your Skype?
Aye, sure, mate, sorry. I seem to be having problems tonight.
I think you actually said it absolutely perfect there, Ox. At the start of the season and halfway through the season, I think a lot of guys didn't know what it meant to play with Rangers, didn't realise the Scottish football. I think they've realised that now, Blue. I think they've actually got to the point now where they're not just playing for the manager or the club, they're playing for the fans, they're playing for themselves, and I think that's a big thing. See if they're playing for themselves and want to do well for themselves. It's alright doing well for our manager now, our club and our great fans it is, but I think they've got that wee bit of fight in their belly now, that they can, that probably they've let themselves down in a lot of games. So I think they have got that wee fight, and like Ox said there, I think a few months ago I would have probably said no, but the answer for me now is I think they have got it now. Blue, I really do.
I just think there's a better balance in the team over the last 3 or 4 weeks, personnel wise.
Here, mate.
I'd agree, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to cut across you. We've been joined by a latecomer. Evening, latecomer.
How you doing? It's Baloo here.
How we doing, Baloo?
No bad, lads. Really enjoying the show tonight, but I work at night, so I don't always get a chance to sort of
you come on to give him a roasting, have you?
Eh?
You come on to give us all a roasting?
No, you're kidding. No, it's been great tonight. I really enjoyed it. And I was wanting to find out, I didn't hear the question, the comment about Bomber Jackson last night, but I picked it up earlier on, and I must admit that statistic blew me away as well.
It was a cracker, wasn't it?
Eh?
It was a cracker, wasn't it?
Oh, absolute belter. I would never. I mean, that's when I was, home and away every week, but I would never have got that.
No.
The trouble was, for a lot of the games, you're allowed to take drink into the match.
Can I go back? What was the question again?
Oh, it was the amount of times that. Well, on you go.
What player played the most games with Sandy Jardine at Rangers?
Colin Jackson.
You don't
I take it that's the answer there, guys. Sorry.
Put him in with the Sports Direct guys for the interview for the contract, would you?
Aye.
Listen, what was actually you were talking there a minute ago about the team and how we didn't have the steel at the start of the season. Or I said, remember we had two boys in the midfield. One of them's not performed for quite a while, and the other one's away back to Liverpool. And we've also brought in Stevie Davis and that sort of stuff, and he's now finding his feet. He's now playing a game. It's the same with a big striker as well. So it's a different team and it's a different setup, and I think that's a lot today. With I don't think he had a lot of options before Gerrard. When we had all these problems with against Aberdeen and Hibs and that sort of stuff, when we like Morelos getting sent off, and basically he was picked on. I thought, and I don't just mean by the players. I actually mean by some of the officiating was terrible. That time they gave a yellow card for him for diving when it was a penalty. So I think it's a lot today. But he's got a lot of choice now.
I fair comment, mate. At the start of the season, I mean, he's been unlucky. Jamie Murphy.
Aye,
unlucky.
Absolutely.
I think Gareth McCauley getting injured. I think could have got 6 months out of him. It could have helped us, his experience.
Dorans as well, Ox. Aye.
Big Barisic.
Barisic has been injured more than he's been fit. Grezda's never been fit, I don't think.
Absolutely. Like to see what these guys will be like after a pre-season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I take it then you didn't manage to see the youth win the night then?
I didn't know, but I phoned my brother when I came in and he ran me through it, and I've listened to you guys as well, but it sounded brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
There's some talent there, mate. I mean, I won't let them look. They look like 18-year-old kids, which is a good thing, as George said.
They're still Waynes. We need to remember that, they're still Waynes.
They've got to be Waynes first and foremost and enjoy it, when they let them.
See that boy Nathan Coombs, young Oxford. That boy Nathan Coombs come. He's only 16.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah. What a
I'm going to tell you something, boys. When I was 18, I knocked about with a boy who was captain of Rangers under 18s, and he was captain of Scotland under 18s, and he didn't get to 20 as a professional football player.
Can you use a name?
Well, they called him Skippy. That was his nickname at Ibrox.
Skippy, Davy Mitchell.
Eh? No. His actual name was Ian Gardner. Right, he ended up working for the Peru when he was 20.
It happens, mate.
And what a player he was. Big strapping boy. He wasn't like muscle bound, but he was a big strapping boy. Great quality. I remember knocking it about with him and Alan Brazil and all that sort of stuff. These guys were playing around about us. And he never got to 20 as a football player. And that amazes me, and it still amazes me.
Sad, isn't it?
Happens every year, mate.
You know loads of guys that you were mates with, and they were fantastic football players, and you wonder how on earth did they're better than me, and I know I made it in that, but I played no too bad level. These guys never made it. Hardly played amateur football. Truth be told, but they were fantastic.
Yeah,
But I mean, 2 years. Imagine being captain of Rangers under 18s and captain of Scotland, and 2 years later you're working for the Peru.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It was mind bending, I tell you.
At least to get a cheap mortgage.
Yeah, a few other things beside, I tell you. So anyway, I think going back to what you were saying earlier, boys, I think we're going to do this mobbing Sunday. I think we owe them one, big style.
Oh, I'd love it to happen. I just love it to happen. I'm desperate for it.
I'm not saying we're going to batter in 2, 3, 4 or 5, but I think we'll win. I'm very confident we'll win the match on Sunday.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think if we get 1 or 2 against them, I think they will capitulate. I think they'll cave in.
Anyway,
guys, can I ask you something before you all go? Has any of you ever done the Rangers Fit course? The football fans in training, has any of you ever done it?
No.
See if you have a look at the Charity Foundation. I've done it a few times. I still play with the Rangers Fit team. I play with the football team. Yeah, it's really good for any guys that's maybe a wee bit plumb and looking for a wee bit of fitness. Whenever you look at it,
we're all very athletic.
It's fantastic.
We're all very athletic. We just happen to be old.
Do they do walking football?
Do they do walking football? Yes, they do. They do it on a Thursday night.
My interest.
You know any taxi drivers that would pick me up?
Honestly, any time. Listen, have a wee look on the chat.
He's winding you up, man. He's winding you up.
No, that's not a problem. No, I'm being serious. The way picked up, it's not a problem.
Right, I've got a shout out to make here, and this is no sarcasm, right?
No.
Where am I? This is a shout out for Wee Rocky. Wee Rocky's a real Rangers dog. He's got his Rangers pod, his mum and dad are staunch. Rocky was in some surgery today, and we think he's pulled through, so one of the Rangers families pulled through again. So Rocky, get well soon, son. All the best for everybody here at Rangers Radio.
Bark.
I think that's the first shout I've ever had for a dog, but there we go. All the best, Rocky. Get well soon, mate. And over to Bridgeman.
Well done, Oxchair. Well done. And another big shout out to Rocky. Can I just say, look, a fantastic night again. Great discussions once again. And what a performance and display by our youth team. Some of the young boys that did us all proud and themselves. So to other Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every single one is, please, huge, the pressure's building. I can't cope with it any longer. It's getting murdered. Please, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Hi, can I thank Blue Bear, Jim, Wheels who come in earlier, and of course Pool Ranger, Bridgeman Fox, George Logan and Blue Star are taking the time to phone in and be on the panel of Rangers Radio. Congratulations to Rangers under 18, the Scottish Youth Cup winners 2019. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11. Talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.
Night, lads. Cheers.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white from the day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I would show him the way as he did on that day. And so now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. When I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the jurors, my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. But when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. for the day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.